Daniel Dubois stepped onto the stage expecting the spotlight, expecting the moment to be his. But within seconds, everything changed. Oleksandr Usyk wasn't here for a serious showdown. He had other plans. As the cameras turned and reporters laughed, Dubois stood there, watching his moment slip away.
Ask him what was going through his head when he was doing that.
Daniel, what was going through your head when you challenged Usyk, considering you had a fight with Joe Parker? Joe wants to know.
It's all about making noise. This is show business, so that's who I want next. But first, I've got to get through this guy.
So that was about making noise. That's not you overlooking Joe Parker.
No way. I'm gonna do a demolition job on him first, and then I want Usyk next. I'm ready for it, and I'm on a roll. So, bring him on.
He might be looking too far ahead, planning big fights, other big fights, but you got to fight right in front of you right now.
No, I asked him. I got my mind firmly set on you.
They
You're
better
the next
be.
man. Hey?
They better be.
The tension is electric as Dubois sets his sights on Joseph Parker. But Parker, a seasoned warrior, isn't fazed. With a massive fight right in front of him, Dubois risks underestimating the challenge ahead. He insists it's all part of the game, making headlines, building hype, but his confidence borders on dangerous. Parker knows what's at stake. This isn't just about future fights, it's about survival in the ring. One wrong move and Dubois' dream could shatter before it even begins.
And you just see a fight, him and Tyson's a fight. He jumped in the ring, did it, well, bloody hell. He did what he had to do. How many times over the years have you seen fighters do the same thing?
When they've got a fight scheduled?
Yeah. By doing that, everybody knows who he is. They didn't know before, they know who he is now. And the winner of this fight, I genuinely do believe will be fighting Usyk in a unification fight.
Frank Warren isn't sugarcoating it. This is the fight game, and Dubois did exactly what he had to do. Jumping in the ring with Tyson Fury, that was a statement. Fighters have used these moments for years to build hype, and now everyone knows his name. Love it or hate it, the move worked. But here's the real headline. Warren is convinced that the winner of this fight will be next in line for Usyk. Dubois stepped up expecting intensity, expecting the spotlight. Instead, Usyk flipped the script. No stare down, no tension, just Usyk breaking into a dance, stealing every bit of attention. The cameras turned, the crowd erupted in laughter, and Dubois was left watching his moment crumble. This was supposed to be his time to build hype, but instead it was Usyk's show. Mind games, or just Usyk being Usyk? More importantly, can Dubois even get...
They're really looking forward to the fight. I love it as a match. I think it's a very good sign that Daniel Dubois is taking a defense like this. But Joseph Parker's been in phenomenal form. Him and Andy Lee have got this great bond. So too is Daniel Dubois with Don Charles. I think it's terrific. I think if Joe Parker's still knocking around after 4 or 5, it becomes a very hard fight for Daniel Dubois. But Dubois has got real power, as we saw against Joshua. So, yeah, Parker's been down. He's been knocked out by Joe Joyce. Dubois is the fresher guy, but Joseph Parker's on such great form at the moment. I think it's a terrific, terrific matchup, and it's not even the main event.
Past Parker to make the fight a reality. Adam Smith is all in on Dubois versus Parker, calling it a fight fans can't miss. He sees Dubois as a powerhouse, always dangerous with that knockout punch. But Parker, under Andy Lee's guidance, is sharper than ever. If Parker weathers the early storm, Dubois could be in trouble. With Dubois constantly eyeing a rematch with Usyk, this fight is his ticket to proving he belongs at that level. But first, he has to get past Parker. David Higgins.
I think Joseph will beat Daniel Dubois and become a 2-time world champion. And I think, no disrespect to Anthony Joshua, he did amazing things, but he didn't really want to be in that ring with Daniel Dubois mentally. a bit shot, and I think Anthony Joshua made Dubois look way better than he is, and I think the Dubois camp are feeling unbeatable. I think they genuinely don't give Joseph Parker a chance. Frank Warren and Dubois and the team there think he's going to punch holes in Joseph Parker. That suits us quite fine. We've been the underdog every fight.
Is all in on Joseph Parker, convinced he'll expose Dubois and reclaim his place at the top. He believes Dubois' win over Anthony Joshua was misleading, arguing Joshua was mentally out of it, making Dubois seem more dominant than he really is. Now, Team Dubois is overlooking Parker, but Higgins thrives on the underdog story. He's watched Parker silence doubters before, and he's certain he'll do it again. This fight isn't just about belts. It's about proving who truly belongs at the top. What do you think? Will Parker shock the world, or is Dubois truly unstoppable? Let us know in the comments.
Daniel should win in the first 6 rounds, 6, 7 rounds. After that, it's a long night. But I can guarantee you, one of those men is going to take a knee in the first couple rounds.
Derek Chisora isn't holding back. This fight is pure survival. He sees Dubois as a powerhouse, packing enough raw strength to end things within 6 or 7 rounds. But if Parker can withstand that initial onslaught, the entire fight could take a dramatic turn. Chisora knows the dangers of a bout that drags into deep waters. By the end, one of these fighters might not be standing. Dubois aims to make a bold statement, while Parker is determined to prove he's still a top contender. With both men capable of shifting momentum in an instant, this showdown is one of the most unpredictable heavyweight clashes we've seen in a...
I think he's just taking it really seriously. You know, I think all fighters just find that moment where they say, I'm going to work harder, I'm going to be smarter. And Joseph, every time you see him, he looks strong. You know, and he's worked really, really hard. I think, by all accounts, I don't know him, but, you know, his strength and conditioning training, I think it's George Lockhart, you know, has made a massive difference to, you know, his engine. And now I think he's taking it seriously. I think he's in the form of his career. And I think he's got the kind of style that will really trouble Daniel Dubois.
A long time. Eddie Hearn wasn't holding back, and you could feel the intensity in his words. Joseph Parker isn't messing around this time. Every fighter reaches that moment where they say, enough is enough. I'm going to push harder, train smarter, and leave no stone unturned. And Parker? Every time you see him, he's looking stronger, sharper, like a man on a mission. He's worked unbelievably hard for this, and you can see it in his conditioning, his endurance. It's all on another level. Hearn wasn't done yet. Listen, I don't know him personally, but his strength and conditioning coach, George Lockhart, has turned him into an absolute machine. His engine is relentless, and right now I'd say this is the best version of Parker we've ever seen. If there's anyone who can trouble Daniel Dubois and throw his whole game plan out the window, it's Joseph Parker.
I think Parker is a clever boxer. Obviously a better boxer and a tougher boxer than Daniel Dubois. I think he'll weather the storm of because sometimes you get fighters who are really good at messing you about, really good at surviving, just boxing on the back foot. And I think he'll drag the fight out long. There's no way he's going to knock Daniel out. I'd be very surprised if he did, but I think he beats him on points.
Joseph Parker's experience and technical skill could be the perfect counter to Daniel Dubois' raw power. Johnny Nelson sees Parker as a smart, disciplined fighter who knows how to handle aggressive punchers. While Dubois brings explosive jabs and heavy combinations, Parker's ability to control the pace and frustrate opponents could drag the fight into deep waters. Nelson believes Parker's durability will help him absorb Dubois' early power while keeping him off balance. A knockout may not be likely, but Parker's ring IQ and conditioning could secure a points victory if he dictates the tempo. For Dubois, this is a test of whether he can maintain his power and composure against a battle-tested veteran. With both fighters looking to prove a point, this is shaping up to be a high-stakes chess match in the heavyweight division.
Daniel Dubois he's got an underrated, unbelievable jab. So, but Joseph Parker is schooled enough and smart enough and crafty enough to navigate his way around that. He needs a career best performance in this. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying this is an impossible ask for him. It's a very possible.
Dubois' jab is a serious threat, but Parker has the skill to counter it. Nelson believes Parker can win if he delivers his best performance. Dubois' power and pressure make him dangerous, but Parker's movement and ring IQ could turn the fight in his favor. This isn't just about strength, it's a battle of strategy. If Parker can frustrate Dubois and control the pace, he has a real chance to outbox him. Nelson sees Parker's experience as a key factor in neutralizing Dubois' aggression. With Dubois' knockout power and Parker's tactical approach, this fight will be a true test of skill and endurance.
I personally think he's going to blast him out of there. With no disrespect to Joseph Parker, I think he's in great form, and I think he's a great fighter now. I think he's all the things that perhaps we made about him in the past observations. He didn't let his hands go since he's been with Andy Lee. All that's changed. He's got really great victories under his belt in the last year or so.
And Jordan isn't holding back. He's convinced Daniel Dubois will overpower Joseph Parker. While he acknowledges Parker's improvement under Andy Lee, shedding his cautious style and fighting with more aggression, Jordan still sees Dubois' raw power as the deciding factor. Parker has proven his toughness with solid wins, but can he handle Dubois' relentless pressure? Jordan doubts it. He believes Dubois will dictate the pace, forcing Parker into survival mode early. If Parker can't slow him down, this fight might not go the distance.
I think Parker just a bit too much tough. So I think Parker's gonna do it.
On points?
I don't actually know. I'm thinking if it is on points, it'll be close. Or he's just gonna. I think either he stops Dubois in good fashion. If he doesn't, then it'll be close on points.
Okay. So
this fight is a coin flip. That's how David Adelai sees it. But if he had to pick, he's backing Joseph Parker. He believes Parker's experience, durability, and ring IQ give him the edge in a high-stakes showdown. Adelai sees Parker controlling the pace, frustrating Dubois, and using his movement to avoid the kind of power shots that have ended so many of Dubois' fights early. But make no mistake, Dubois is a serious threat. His raw power is a game-changer, and all it takes is one clean shot to flip the fight on its head. If Parker can survive the early rounds and drag Dubois into deep waters, he has a real chance of outboxing him over 12 rounds. However, Dubois has proven he can end fights in an instant, and Parker can't afford a single mistake. So, who takes it? Parker's skill or Dubois' power? Drop your predictions in the comments. Stay tuned for more fight breakdowns, and I'll see you in the next video.